In this segment, we're going to talk about Illuminite. Illuminite is one of our newer paints and coatings that we have out, and what it does is it gives you a nice blue neon glow-in-the-dark touch to your car, your vehicle. In this case, we're gonna use our new pinstriping kit, and we're gonna throw a little pinstripe on the back of the Chevy Colorado here. We also have a nice can of aerosol that you can use to paint maybe a wing, a mirror, or any other kind of little object on your car, maybe a kid's bike, anything maybe around the house that's going to be seen at night. With the Illuminite pinstriping kit, what you have is basically a three-step process. A white primer, the Illuminite, which actually gives you the glow-in-the-dark, and then we have a nice clear cut to go over it as well. In addition to that, we have a nice little pinstripe here that you can lay down, and I'm going to show you how to use that again in your car in a minute. Now, when you're going to do any kind of pinstriping, any kind of painting, like we've done with all our other segments, you want to get it cleaned off, so you're going to use a DupliColor prep wipe, get any kind of grease or wax off the truck, anything that's going to stop that paint from hearing right to the substrate, in this case the truck tailgate here. One thing you really want to remember with this is it's going to glow 6 to 8 hours after being properly charged in daylight conditions. And it'll give you a real nice charge at night. Most of the glow-in-the-dark paints you have out there, they'll probably glow 2 to 3 hours, but this one really has a nice extended glow. And the difference between this and the other ones is where you have that green glow with this gives you a nice, hot, bright neon blue. And it's best applied when you use it over a white primer. What happens is the sun basically shines through there, bounces off the white, and gives you a reflectivity of the fluorescent at night. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to prep this truck. Like I said, what you want to do is you want to get your prep wipe here, and you want to get off any kind of contaminants that might be on here. If you use any kind of waxes on your vehicle, anything that's going to get in the way between you and the substrate of that you're painting there, basically you want to get it off this. I got that wiped off real nice with a prep wipe, with a DupliColor prep wipe. I'm going to let that flash off for a second. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my pinstripe on there. And what I'm doing here is I'm peeling back the back side of this pinstriping. And you can see what it reveals is 2 pieces of tape right here. They're going to adhere to the truck real nice. I'm going to follow this line right here. I'm about maybe a 1/4 inch above it. I'm going to lay that down real nice and fine. Push it in as I get through. Peel this back. Get myself another section to work with. Alright, so I'm going to peel this back carefully. You can see it's going to reveal, which looks like really, it's kind of cool, 2 double red pinstripes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hit that middle part there with the Illuminite. It's going to give us our nice glow-in-the-dark pinstripe. Just want to get that pigment in there. I'm going to get some white primer on my brush here. Not too much so it's running. Come in here. I'm just going to slather it in there, really. I mean, there's no real art to this, and that's why we put this pinstripe in here, so it makes it pretty easy for anyone to use. And we want to put a good couple coats on this. The whiter the better. It's going to give you the more glow in the dark, more reflectivity, really more. What you want to do is really, that sun is really attracting to that, and it's charging it with the primer underneath it. So you really want this nice and white. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put a couple coats of this on. Okay, now we got about 3 good coats of the primer on there. We want a nice white primer on there. Like I said, that's really going to get what's going to get you that glow at night. So now I've got my Illuminite step 2 of 3 here, and I've shaken it up real good. I got that agitator moving back and forth, and you'll see this is almost like a pasty looking color. And I'm going to go over that. I'm going to give this a good 2 to 3 coats. And you can see it's turning yellow right there. So like I said, 2 to 3 good coats should do it. Now we got 3 good coats of the Illuminite on there, step 2, and we're going to proceed to putting a clear coat on there to protect this. So I'm going to put, we've already agitated this, I'm going to put a good 2 or 3 coats on there, give it a nice film, and then after that we're going to peel off our tape, and we're going to reveal our pinstripe. Now that I have a couple good coats of the clear down, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to peel back my pinstriping. You're going to peel up on this so you're not pulling the paint away. And you can see that's going to reveal a nice sharp line right there. This paint is a lacquer base, so it will tend to dry pretty quickly for you. And you really don't want to leave your tape on much after you're done. You see I can pull it kind of quick and I'll get any kind of snags out of there. And you can see there's a little real nice line. Sometimes you might notice that it might be a little raised, and this is dry enough to actually go back, and you can actually even pat it in there if you needed to a little bit, if you had it raised a little bit. But that's going to give you a real nice pinstripe, as you can see. And once you are out in the sunlight for 6 to 8 hours and let that thing charge, it's going to give you about a 6 to 8 hour glow at night, and that nice bright neon blue. You know, I just want to reiterate with the Illuminite kit, the steps involved there. You have the primer, the Illuminite, and then the clear coats. As you can see here, we have plenty of tape left, so you can easily run another stripe down the side of your car, no problem. A couple, 2 or 3 stripes on there. You're going to use a prep wipe to get that cleaned off, any kind of wax on there. You basically want paint to paint. You want anything in between, any kind of protectant you might have in there, like an Armor All product. You want to get that off of there. One more thing I want to reiterate about the Illuminite aerosol is you want to use our one of our DupliColor primers, a white primer. You put the white primer over your wing or your mirror, whatever you're going to do. 2 or 3 good coats, make sure it's nice and white, like we did with the primer on here and the brush. And then you go ahead and use your Illuminite aerosol, and then you can clear it out with a nice lacquer clear as well over that. And you're going to get a real nice glow at night as well with that.